So can we start for this participants?
हेलो।
सृष्टि,
हाँ जी।
हम लाइव चले जाएं, पार्टिसिपेंट्स भी ज्वाइन
अभी
कर।
नहीं मैम, एक बार इन दोनों मैम और सर से पूछ लीजिए क्या ये दे आर एबल टू शेयर देयर स्क्रीन और नोट। अभी नहीं हुआ है। हाँ मैम, विजिबल है।
हेलो
हाँ
सृष्टि।
जी, विजिबल है।
हाँ जी।
जी।
हम लाइव चले जाएं, पार्टिसिपेंट्स भी ज्वाइन।
अभी नहीं मैम, एक बार इन दोनों मैम और सर से पूछ लीजिए क्या ये दे आर एबल टू शेयर देयर स्क्रीन और नोट। मुझे मेरी आवाज वापस क्यों आ रहा है?
Yeah, I think it got echoed. पता नहीं क्यों.
हम अभी स्टार्ट कर दीजिए, आई थिंक इट्स टाइम। और ध्रुवेंद्र सर ने लेफ्ट कर दिया, आई थिंक सो। Hello and warm greetings from IP Innovative Publication. I welcome you all for joining today's session. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here in this meeting, and it's session 2, Meticulous Facts about Reviewership of IP Innovative Publishing Week 2024. First of all, a very warm good evening to you all, and thank you for being a part of this session again. A very happy Lori to all of you, and I wanted to express my gratitude for your contribution and incredible dedication throughout the past year, whether it was related to reviewing in articles or whether it was related to being a part of an editorial board of the journal. And with your contribution and support, we are reaching new heights as recently our many journals got indexed in Scopus. After that, before today's session, I want to introduce myself first. I'm Shrishti Chaudhary, working as an editorial assistant in IP Innovative Publication, and I have done my master's in biotechnology and have an overall experience of around 3+ years in publishing sector. So while working in publishing industry, it has enhanced my editing skills throughout the continuous learning process and commitment to managing the ethical standards in publishing industry. Before we'll begin, I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude again to all those who have joined this meeting today. And let me give a brief introduction about our speakers. Our first speaker is Dr. Jyotsna Seth. She is a professor in Department of Prosthodontics, Seema Dental College and Hospital, Rishikesh, Uttarakhand. She has around 20+ publications in esteemed national and international journals, and she'll be explaining the specific loopholes in reviewing. Then our speaker two is Dr. Dhruvendra Pandey, and he is an associate professor in Department of Community Medicine, Common Medical College, Ratlam, Madhya Pradesh. He is a reviewer in one of our journal, the Journal of Community Health Management, and also have many publications in reputed journal. He has brief knowledge of peer review process, and today he'll be guiding about meticulous facts about reviewership and benefits of being a reviewer board. So now I'm going to share my screen to start today's session. So I welcome you again to the IP Innovative Publishing Week 2024, and it's all about meticulous facts about reviewership. It's a welcome note for you all. This is Reviewers Training, Meticulous Facts about Reviewership. Thank you again for being a part of this session, and I welcome you all in this session. Then this is the training insights. Our speaker one is Dr. Jyotsna Seth, and our speaker two is Dr. Dhruvendra Pandey. Then here are a brief intro of our recently indexed journals. So these are some of our journals which got recently indexed in Scopus and UGC. Number one is International Journal of Medical Microbiology and Tropical Disease. Then we have APRD, Annals of Prosthodontics and Respiratory Restorative Dentistry. This got indexed in UGC. Then we have IJCED, Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Dermatology. IJCA, Indian Journal of Clinical Anesthesia. PGMS, Panacea Journal of Medical Sciences. It is indexed with DOHA. And IJCEO, Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Ophthalmology. So now I want to hand over today's session to our speaker one, Dr. Dhruvendra Pandey, sir. I request you to please share your screen to present today's session. Thank you.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. In full screen mode?
It is on full screen.
Okay. So, good evening, dear participants, panelists, and I am very thankful to Innovative Publication for giving me the opportunity to speak about the meticulous facts about the reviewership. So, first of all, when we thought about the reviewership, that means basically when the word meaning goes around, that means review. So you have to review what the other can do in this field. So basically in the reviewership, the things are that you have to check meticulously that are the person who are doing this research, they are justifying with the topics and justifying with the methodology, and did the proper analysis and write all the meticulous facts related to that topics in their article. So basically that was the part of that reviewing. And when we talk about the reviewing, it is basically we go for the peer reviewing. So what is peer reviewing? So peer review is the evaluation of work by a group of people having same level of competencies and working in same field. It is a system used to assess the quality of manuscript before it is published. So basically in the peer reviewing, the first thing you have to go that while you are reviewing about any topic or any research paper, then you have to think that this is the my core field. I am going to review it because I have sufficient knowledge regarding these topics. So this always thinks about this fact. And also the thing said that you have to assess the quality of the manuscript, because when it is published, it is a written documents, and we all know that the value of the written document is very, very high. So we have to go and we have to always justify with it this reviewing process. Now, when we talk about the reviewership, so first thing that the reviewership is always anonymous. That means that reviewer did not have any knowledge about who is the author of that article, and also the author did not have any knowledge about who is the reviewing his article. So basically all these things are anonymous. This is because we all know that we are the human beings and we have some kind of soft knowledge about a soft thing about anything, and we have an emotional person. So because in this reviewing we cannot go with the emotion, we always go with the knowledge. So this reviewing process is always be anonymous. We have to critically evaluate the subject which is written, because many a times sometimes because of less knowledge or because of anything that is not related with that subject matter, so at that time the author can just write about anything which is not related with the article. So this always to keep in the mind, and always we have to critically review that this topic is sufficiently explained in this article. Then second thing, the third thing is that quality control. So because we have to go for the quality control, that there are the subject matter is very novel. They have sufficient things and sufficient methodology, and all aspect of the research methodology are followed in this. So these things all kept in the mind. So we always go in the peer reviewing for the quality control. Then time commitment is also important for the peer reviewing, because that you have to reply within a time frame. So when you are go for the peer reviewing, you always keep that you have a sufficient time to give this article. So the time commitment is very important. And many a times when we go for the senior persons for the reviewing, because they have a very vast knowledge about the field, but they don't have a sufficient time. So this is always be a problem for the reviewership. Then confidentiality. So we all know that if you are reviewing anything, then confidentiality should always be maintained. And the last thing is the continuous improvement, because this is the fact that when you go for the reviewership and reviewing, then your knowledge is always being be increased by time to time in the reviewing. And we all know that when we go for the any job purpose or any field purpose, then our knowledge and our field is restricted. So at that time, this is the article reading and reviewing is a good thing, that you always be improved in your subject matter. Now, what is the qualities of the reviewer? So for the quality, we always think about that the educational qualification. So when you are anyone request you for the reviewing, or you submit to the any journal that I want to become a reviewer, then this is always kept in the mind that what is your knowledge level, and in this which journal you are applying for the reviewership. So this always doing, and your educational qualification will always met to that journals requirement. Now the second quality of the reviewer is the research experience, because you all know that the most of the article published in the a very reputed journal, or in this kind of the journal, they are basically they are research, and these research are based on their knowledge. So if you have a sufficient knowledge about the research, then only you can go for the reviewership. Then expertise. So from the initiation of this topic, I always say that what is your expertise, and you always go for the reviewership which topic you are having the sufficient knowledge. Then timeliness is the quality, because if you are submitting that I will review this article in 0 to 5 days, or 5 to 10 days, or 10 to 15 days, then always be kept on that thing, that if you are committed for the any timeline, then you always be in the timeline. And also the responsible, because if you are taking the responsibility for the reviewership, then you always think that I am the responsible person, and I have to go with the timeline for the reviewership. Now, what are the roles of the reviewer? So the reviewer, the peer reviewer have access to amazing opportunity like network building, knowledge sharing. So we all know that knowledge sharing is the basic core about these review process, because you don't get any kind of the other benefits apart from the academic excellence. So so this always be kept in mind. If you are doing the review, you will get a academic excellence, your network will build up, you always be updated that what kind of the research are going on in this world around you. So you this will be your basically the access, or that is your opportunity. Then the role of the reviewer is, or the other is, that you are help in the enhancing the professional standards along with the quality of the published content. And the third thing, the reviewer should always be to ensure that the impact and integrity by providing the evaluation to the manuscript. So you always be very integral about this reviewership. Now, what are the benefits? We always think about the benefits, but the main benefit is your academic excellence. That is the main benefit. But apart from that, it will gives you a good opportunity for your academic excellence, your knowledge excellence. It will help you in the promotion, because there are many channels are there, like Orchid or these IDs. If you are submitting any reviewership and you are submitting that I reviewed these articles, and you just paste that link to the Orchid, then it will be get credit to you. So it will also be good. And then many a times for the promotion pro data, it is things that how many journals you are a reviewer, so it will get points for the promotion also. It will help you in the your excellence, because if you are going for the vast knowledge, so definitely at any place where you stand up, this will be helpful. And it will also gives you an offer, because if you are associated with any journal, then definitely they will give you some offers for the publication publication ethics and publication point of view. So they will help you in this matters also. Then there should be some credit points in the benefits. So you are just taking these credit points, and it will help you in the publication aspects. And it will give you a recognition that every journal endorse you, that you are a reviewer of that journal. So it will give you a vast recognition. And also many a times for the it will be helpful in the innovative awards. So if you are doing a good reviewer job, and you reviewed many articles in the year, then definitely it will help you in getting the awards, like best researcher, best reviewer awards, or that highest reviewer award. So these kinds of award that is helpful in their promotion and your academic excellence, that will you get in the reviewer process. Now one of the main that benefit for the reviewership is the networking and collaboration opportunity. So the reviewer generally connects with the writers, researchers, and subject matters expert in their field by participating in peer reviewing process. So this developing connection with the other industry experts can result in the beneficial partnership and sharing of the ideas. So definitely it will help you in the multi-centric studies and participation and network excellence. That is the main benefits. Apart from that, you always get a career development, because it will help in engaging in review building expertise and credibility within the academic and professional community. And also it will reviewing also help in the promotional activities and improve familiarity with the industry norms, and enable the reviewers to gain the respect among the academia and the scientific knowledge. Apart from that, definitely it will help in the communication skill. So reviewing help in the improvement of writing and communication skills by giving authors constructive criticism and feedback. It critically evaluate research articles and provide you ideas and recommendation in a clear, cognate manner through reviewing. And it's a good thing that if you are reviewing any article, so when you will be a writer, then you always kept in the mind that when I review some articles, then these are the critical points which are basic for the reviewing. So when you write any article, then definitely you could not do that kind of the mistakes in your article. So definitely it will helpful. And also that vast knowledge at any place where you stand, this will help you in the communication, help you in the developing a communication skill. Now when we talk about the reviewership, then we have to know that the innovative publication has a very good platform for the reviewing. So that platform for the reviewing is the here is the manuscript peer review process, that is MPRP. So in this portal, this is the portal, and the login is that www.mprp.in. In this that review process, that website is looks like that the manuscript peer reviewing. So Manuscript peer reviewing is the process, is a web-based portal that can access 24/7, undergo internet connection. So this kind of link, and here the options are there: home, about, MPRP, journal, contact us, and there the option are the registered and login. When you are associated with the any journal, they will give you a login ID and password, and you got a mail that these articles are allotted to you for your reviewing process. So when you go in this website, firstly you have to log in. So just like I am showing that my ID, so this I put my ID in the login, my password, and select your profile. So here you have to select the reviewer. So then I am not a robot. This kind of checkbox are there. So you have to tick and then just go by login. Apart from that, you can also log in by the Google account or by the Orchid account. So that is also there. But I just for myself, I make a separate account for this review process. So when we log in, then this kind of screens are in their my desktop. So there is the option on the left side bar that the dashboard, managing review article, then reviewer guidelines, reviewer credit points, edit profile, social profile, co-authors, manuscript, get credit and log out. So like in the current scenario, I have allotted one article to me, they have allotted one article to me, so this article is showing. So just in the desktop that how many articles are showing to you, so that was already shown to you. Apart from that, you can here on the left side bar, you have to see that there is a plus option. So just click on that plus option and that bar is open. So just like that, when I select that, I select that article, so there is an option for the download articles and article plagiarism report and add comments. So here, firstly, you have to download the article. So you get that a blinded copy of that article. Then apart from that, you have to always check for the plagiarism report, because you all know that the plagiarism is basically not a ethically good thing, and you if there is a much error in the plagiarism, that you have to give comments to the author that you have to rewrite that article. So here you have to download the articles, and when you go through that articles and you note down all the comments in the article, then just click on the add comment option, and here just clicking on the add comments, you get the different boxes where you have to write the reviewer comments. And apart from that, one good thing is there: when you download the article in the Word file, there is an option of a review, and where you can add comments. So at any place where you found that is there is a there is a problem in the grammar manner, or some methodological errors, or some review that referencing error, or all these things, such just you click and review and add comments. So here in the Word file, you can write and review process, and that you can save here. So while you in the add comment option, there is an option for attach the file. So that Word file where you have noted down all the reviewer comments, that you have to add and submit in the reviewer process. Now in the same journal, there is an option for the instruction to the reviewer. This is a very important thing, because before going for the any review process, just you have to go through with these instructions. Here the various points are there which will help you in the reviewing process. These are the peer review, conducting review, peer review checklist, what you have to check, then ethical guidelines for the peer review, originality, join as a reviewer, comment to editor, how to submit review report, article, peer review process. So here in the detail, all these things, what you have, in what way you have to go for the reviewing process, that all things are there in the instruction to the reviewer. And that option is in the, actually in the left sidebar, third one, that reviewer guidelines. So these are the reviewer guidelines that are in the that web page. Now, apart from that, when you are opening that page, there is option for the publication ethics. So, as you all know, we have to follow the publication ethics at each and every point. So you go through that publication ethics. Now, apart from that, there is option for the that reviewer zone. So in the reviewer zone, there is an option for the plus. When you click on that plus, there is option for the reviewer credit points. So these credit points are basically the points which a reviewer will get after reviewing the manuscript. It is a kind of appreciation for the valuable efforts and the time invested by the reviewer. After each review, you will eligible for availing 1 credit points and also certificate of reviewing for the same manuscript which you have reviewed. Apart from these credit points, the reviewer can forward the appreciation mail to the review.webofscience.com. So this is the Web of Science is basically your ORCID ID website. So when you forward that mail, that this review is added in your ORCID, and that will show in your ORCID account and can avail the benefits. If Web of Science will consider your review as verified review, they will also add 1 point to your WS account. So this will benefits. And apart from that, if you are reviewing in 1 to 5 manuscript in 1 year, then you will get some benefit. Then 6 to 10 you will get additional benefits, and when you review more than 40 and above, then you will get a more than sufficient benefits from their this journal. And this is the basically a good thing from the innovative publication, that they will giving us good credit points for their review process. So I'm very thankful for the innovative publication for these efforts. So basically, thank you. We appreciate your time and insight, and thank you for your time and consideration. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a very wonderful presentation from your end, and it was really very helpful for the persons who don't know how to review an article from MPRP. And yes, it was very well said that we are giving credit points as well that can be used or availed for like publishing any article, for buying any book from IP Innovative Publication. So now I'm continuing to this session. Can you please stop sharing your screen?
Yes.
Yeah, please. All right. Thank you so much. Again, it was a very wonderful and inspirational presentation from your end. Now, I would like to announce some of the awards or recognitions for few of our journals. For that, I'm going to share my screen again, and I will be announcing the best reviewers of 23. So, for the Indian Journal of Pathology and Oncology, on the behalf of Editor-in-Chief, we would like to announce Dr. Ifat Jamal is recognized as Best Reviewer for IJPO for the academic year 23. Apart from her, Dr. Nitya Prabhakaran also have done very wonderful job in reviewing the articles. She joined as a reviewer recently with us in April or May, and she has reviewed around 35 to 40 articles in last 2 or 3 issues. Then we have Indian Journal of Clinical Anesthesia. So first of all, I would like to congratulate the editor-in-chief of this journal for being. Sorry for the interruption. Yeah, please. For Indian Journal of Clinical Anesthesia recently has been indexed with Scopus. In this journal, Dr. Pradnya Milind has been considered as best reviewer, and Dr. Manjula Sarkar as well has been considered as best reviewer for the academic year 23. Then coming back to our next journal, I would like to announce, just a minute. Then for International Journal of Orthopedic Rheumatology, IJOR, Dr. Subramaniam Nallasivan has been considered as best reviewer for this particular journal. Then we have IJMR, Indian Journal of Microbiology Research. Dr. Ajay Kumar Prajapati has been considered as best reviewer for this journal. Apart from Dr. Ajay, so Dr. Santosh Kotagiri and Dr. Shashi Khare also has been considered as best reviewer. Then we have Journal of Management Research and Analysis. Mr. Rakesh Pandit and Dr. R. Satish Kumar has been considered as best reviewer for the academic year 23. Apart from this, other journal APRD, which recently has been indexed with UGC, Dr. Neha Hajra has been recognized as best reviewer for the academic year 23 for APRD. I want to congratulate all the reviewers, authors, and editors who are a part of this meeting and are associated with this journal for being indexed with UGC recently. Then we have ACHR. For ACHR, Dr. Kafil Akhtar has been considered as best reviewer. Apart from him, Dr. Sushma, Dr. Madhvi, and Dr. Ramya Chitturi also has been considered. Then we have IJPP, Indian Journal of Pharmacy and Pharmacology. For this journal, Dr. Chandan Chatterjee has been recognized as best reviewer for the academic year 23. Apart from Dr. Chatterjee, Dr. Ram Narayan Prajapati, Dr. Vignesh Balaji Ishwararam, and Professor Ganesh D. Barkade also has been did a wonderful job in reviewing the articles. Then coming back to our next journal, International Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Research. For this journal, Dr. Abhinav Manish is recognized as best reviewer who has done a very wonderful job in reviewing the articles for the academic year 23. Then our next journal, IJCED, this is Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Dermatology. I want to congratulate all the authors, reviewers, and editors who are being associated with this particular journal for being indexed in Scopus recently last month. And it is all because of your hard work and contribution. Dr. Aditya Fawade is recognized as best reviewer for IJCED. Apart from him, Dr. Bela Padihar also has been considered as best reviewer. Now, I would like to invite our second speaker for the our second speaker is Dr. Jyotsna Seth, and she is a professor in Seema Dental College, Rishikesh, Uttarakhand. Now, I would like to request Dr. Jyotsna ma'am for continue with your presentation. Please continue, ma'am.
Thank you, Shrishti. And I would just share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is totally visible.
Okay. Thank you, Shrishti. Thank you, Dhruvendra sir. I think it was really a great talk. Before me, you have covered everything regarding reviewership. And thank you, Innovative Publication, and special thanks to Nikita ma'am and Rakesh sir for always providing the platform to say something in front of the people out here. Sir, okay, now today I will be discussing about the meticulous facts about the reviewership. There are few specific loopholes we find out in a reviewing. Now, what's that? As being, I'm Dr. Jyotsna. I'm working as a professor in Department of Prosthodontics, Seema Dental College, Hospital, Rishikesh. So the first question, how it feels as an being editor. It's a very tricky question because it is difficult to understand what the editor actually goes about, right? So my journey started actually from a reviewership. Just like that, only nobody can just become an editor. You have to, I would request everyone to understand that there is a step in the scientific community out there from where you have to cross a few battles to come to being an editor. I would say that initially I was being a reviewer, but now being an editor, it's all entirely a different feeling altogether, because basically reviewership is little easy. I feel it when I was a reviewer. A manuscript will come to you, you will open that tab, you will review that manuscript, and that it is about, you don't know about the author, you don't have any hard feelings or something regarding that author, and you will just say yes, you like the manuscript or you don't like. So that is all about the reviewership. But as being an editor, I actually feel that there was a dual sense of motivation and responsibility, because sitting at that point where there are a lot of you actually feel that you're a facilitator between the researcher and the scientific, the broader communities, when you're letting some manuscript to come on that specific journal, right? And I would say that I feel a part of that academic world and wider academic community. The favorite part of being editor is that we receive submission on a various recent topics of my field. I really feel good that all the authors are really working very hard, and it's really great to see such an advanced manuscripts coming on of our field, and I feel proud to make a part of these manuscript in our journal. It's a basically, I would say that it's a constant learning as being an editor, and I would say that how electric and collaborative our whole team works like a team, just like a team. I would say Nikita madam, Anshu, Shrishti, all our speakers who are actually dedicated to innovative publication to make a better academic grounds for the scientific, the new researchers which are actually coming. And I would say that, but trust me, initially this was quite tough, and I would just give my small advice to the early career scientists. I would say that you should opt for such journals. Like, I would say that innovative publication, they are doing really a great job. You should opt for such journals which have a great insight. You will get a great insight how the publication works actually, as being an editor part or on a reviewer part. They have really standardized a lot of protocols at the researcher level, at the reviewer level, as well as at the editor level. This is what I feel, and I thank you, and I'm really appreciated being a part of associate editor in the International Journal of Oral Health Dentistry. Now, coming to the specific loopholes when we talk about the peer review, okay, there are few specific loopholes which you can see. The first is conflict of interest, pressure to publish, plagiarism and misconduct, inadequate oversight and data, anonymity, that is anonymous, review expert, and availability. We will discuss it one by one. So what are the various, actually peer review, as Dhruvendra sir told, what happens with the peer review? I will just go slide by slide. The purpose of the peer review procedure is to guarantee the caliber and integrity of the academic works. However, system may include flaws or vulnerabilities that occasionally jeopardize its efficiency. Now, when we talk about the peer review, for example, any author is writing some manuscript, clear? That manuscript he has submitted to the journal guidelines, and he has submitted to that specific journal where his expertise is being involved, right? For example, as being a dentist, I will put it my manuscript to those journals where I am being related, right? I will not put it on an anesthesia journal. I will not put it in some other journal which I am not related, or my study is not related. I will not put in the microbiology journal till my study is somehow related to the microbiology, right? First thing. Now, what happened to the peer review? Now, what happened? Author doesn't know that author has submitted the manuscript to the journal, that specific journal, which is related to that field, right? So now what happens, that journal goes to that system for a journal. For example, International Journal of Oral Health Dentistry, it will come to that system. Now, according to the system, editor plays a role. What they will put this responsibility to the various reviewers, and they will send those manuscripts to the particular field which the person is expertise to it. For example, if I am from a prostho department, now editor knows that this person is, for example, this person is from prostho department, and this article, the manuscript which is coming, it's related to the prostho work. So that I will submit to that reviewer. I will give that responsibility to that reviewer to review that journal. So author doesn't know who is the reviewer doesn't know who is the author. So this is called a peer review procedure. Whatever we say that it got a loopholes or whatever, but the whole scientific committee or the academic world is moving around this peer review. Except this, we don't have any other choice till now. Now, what are the various loopholes? I would say the first is reviewers' expertise and availability. Right, there are a lot of things what in the peer review flaws are. The one is the reviewer's expertise and availability. Reviewers occasionally might not have the requisite knowledge in the particular field of the manuscript they are evaluating, right? For example, now these days what is coming up actually, now they will, any journal, like there are X number of journals coming in the market. So now what they are doing, they are approaching any reviewer and they're putting that manuscript, right? So whenever some reviewer is getting that email, in spite of checking that it's that manuscript is related to his or her field, they just evaluate it. because for the certain reason, for example, they will have a certificate regarding that manuscript after reviewing, some few credit points for the reviewer reviewing that article. So what is happening if I'm not related to that article or that study, I will not do the justice to that study, right? So this is one of the flaw which is upcoming now these days. Now the second point is, in some cases, reviewer might also not have enough time to evaluate the work in its entirely, which could result in reviews that are skimmed over, right? So what happened, there are now these days the tabs are there. It goes to a reviewer. Now you can, are you okay to review this manuscript? You have to press yes or no, right? So that what happens, that we are giving chance to the reviewer, if you have time, so to review an article, then only review, or then only press yes, just for the sake of that you wanted to review the article, or by your sweet will you will do that. No. So it's basically you should, at that time when the email is coming to you that you have enough time to review that article, you should do that. If yes, then you're reviewing the article. If no, if you don't have a time, don't review it, because actually you're not doing justice to that manuscript, right? Coming to the third point, reviewers may provide reviews of lower quality if they are routinely inundated with requests for reviews. This may lead to a journal deterioration in the peer review process rigor. What happened now, there are specific reviewers who are quite active, right? We know this person is quite active in reviewing the article. Now what we keep on doing, we keep on sending request again and again to that reviewer so that the manuscript has to be reviewed, right? But what is happening now, again and again, that reviewer is getting that piled up reviewer articles to his credit. Now what is happening, as soon as the piling up of manuscripts are there, he will not do justice to one manuscript, or other way, he will just see, just flip the pages and he will say, okay, this is fine, right? So I think that is one very important point. The reviewers, we should not keep on holding one or two reviewers, so that we are piling up with them more manuscripts. Now come to the anonymity. While anonymity is often preserved in the peer review process to encourage the honest feedback, it can sometimes lead to unfair criticism or lack of accountability of reviewer comments. Yes, this is very true. What is happening, if we know somebody, for example, if I know Nikita ma'am, right? So I would never want to demean her. I would like, ma'am, bahut acha kaam kar rahe ho, you're doing a great job, right? So I know her, right? For example, if I don't know somebody, I will put criticism like that only. While reviewing, I will say, this is not a good article, you don't know how to write it, your English was not good. So whatsoever it is coming in my mind, I'm putting that reviewer's comment, which should not be done, right? Peer review process, if we don't know somebody, still you should have some ethics while commenting on some manuscript, right? Because that has to go to author, and that should not feel a very demean that you are writing such comments on the behalf of reviewer. Anonymity may mitigate biases that could arise based on the author's identity, affiliations, or previous interaction with the reviewer. For example, I got to know that I know that person, and I had a little conflict with that person earlier, so I will not let that article pass through in that journal. So right, so I think that also one of the major reason of the loophole of this peer review. Incomplete and adequate data. Some journals may not have adequate monitoring or quality control procedures in data, which could lead to uneven or faulty review procedures. For example, there is, as Dhruvendra sir has showed you, there is a certain protocol in the standard protocol which is set by Innovative Publication, that article, how it goes through a review procedure, right? It has to see ethics, it has to see plagiarism check, and everything, and every step by step that manuscript keeps on moving, right? So that is a certain protocol which is being set by some journal, right? But that journal should have a So every journal should have a proper adequate monitoring. If it is not happening, there can be uneven or a faulty review procedures. There should be a transparency in every manuscript which is going through and which is coming to the academic world. And this is our responsibility, not even of a editor, not even of a author, but I would say that it's a basic responsibility of everyone who is being involved in the academic world. They should have that ethics of presenting any research on the academic ground, right? The ethics should be properly followed, starting from the author, right? Now, when we come to the reviewers may doubt the study external validity if the data provided are insufficient to extrapolate the conclusion to a larger population or setting. It's a very difficult that a study is being, we are just getting a manuscript, right? Manuscript has a very concise number of word limit is being given to the abstract, to the introduction. Now you can't actually present the complete study. So now these days, what BMJ is doing, they're also asking the raw data of some particular study. They're asking, you give us the raw data, so we will just have a check that how this study has been done. So in like a random studies, when the people are presenting, they are just asking the raw data, by which they are validating the research is going in a proper manner. Now, as I told you, plagiarism and misconduct, there are certain protocols, as I have told you, as an innovative publication they have for the reviewer check. So reviewer could copy and paste the remarks and from the other reviews. This also happened. When you don't have a time, what you do, you see the other reviewer comments and you just copy and paste it. So you don't have time. You said, okay, fine, let it go like that. I have also seen some of the articles, like for example, I was just reading one article. They have told in a BMJ, reviewer one said that this study is very badly written, or I think they don't have a background of this study. And the second reviewer is giving that, yes, this study, I feel it is very clear and they have written very nicely. Okay, so that is one of the major flaws when we review a study, because it is our goodwill that how we are taking that study. Okay, sometimes we get judged by the various institution, for example, the government institution, or when the manuscript is coming from internationally, we little get overwhelmed and we say, that's fine. Whether it is copied or not copied, that we don't see, but we get little biased with that the manuscript is coming from outside, or from not from India, or from a very big institution. So we little get biased, right? So that should not be there. The plagiarism check, which is very, very important now these days, that has to be done. There should be no data fabrication, the duplicate submission, because if I check one article or a review some article, if the same thing is being written in some other language and is being presented to me, it is difficult to, I'm not able to justify that I have seen this review initially or not, or the previous has been seen by me or not, because it is very difficult to manage. So this is one of the flaw, I would say, that for the peer review. And the ghost writing. Now, what is a ghost writing? Basically, the ghost writing is I am writing on someone else's behalf, right? So that also affects the review process. Now, we know that everybody is, there is a, now these days, there's a pressure to publish. We say that publish to perish. So once you publish, you will get incentives. So everybody is running after publish. In short, or what we say, that when there is a pressure to publish, again, the author will keep on writing, and then we are putting pressure on the reviews, right? So it is affecting both the review process, influencing both authors as well as reviewers. Publication bias refers to the possibility that journal may be biased towards publishing results that are novel. Yes, that is very true, because there are a lot of studies have been done. They said that generally in India, what we see, if a study is showing the positive remarks, we usually accept it. If a study is showing some negative marks, which we think that this should not be done, we don't pass that study. Why? Because maybe some study can have a negative results also. It is not always that only all the studies should have a positive result. Few studies can have a negative result also, but we don't appreciate to forward those studies which have a negative results in their negative result, or would say a null data, We don't prefer those studies according to the Indian academic grounds. And now coming to the conflict of interest, that is very important. In a peer review, there is a conflict of interest arises when a reviewer's personal, financial, or professional links could compromise their objectivity or impartiality. For example, some company has funded some study and I know that company, so I will just bias to that study because I know that person in that company. So let this manuscript go forward and let this manuscript come into the procedure to being printed. So that conflict of interest is one of the major flaw, I would say, for the loophole would say in the peer review. Reviewers might have conflict of interest due to financial, personal, or professional relationships with the authors. I would say this could impact their ability to provide an objective evaluation. So I would say what improvements we can do for studying the peer review. What improvements? I would say I was very impressed as Dhruvendra sir was telling about the reviewer protocol the innovative publication has made. It is beautifully made. Why? Because lot of the only improvement what we can do in the review thing, we have to standardize the reviewing, how it is being done. That is there, I can see. Second, it's a reviewing protocols have been set. Yes, it is there, reviewing protocols have been set. Training the reviewers, that is what we are here today. We are training the reviewers how it has to be done. That is one of the major thing to improve this loopholes in the peer review, and being more rigorous in selecting and deselecting reviewers. It should not be only selecting, we are choosing just 2 or 3, we have got hold of 2 or 3 people and we are sending manuscripts again and again to them. That should not be done. I would suggest that we should be more rigorous in selecting and deselecting the reviewers. And last and least, I would say the rewarding the reviewers. Yes, innovative publication is doing that, and it feels good, because at my time when we were used to do reviewing, it was nothing like that, some best reviewer or something like that. It feels good, you feel appreciated when somebody rewarded you for reviewing some manuscript. So that is one of the good thing. Now these days it is upcoming, and I would say that, so a peer review, I would say that it's a flawed process. In short, we can say full of easily identified defects with little evidence that it works, but nevertheless it is likely to remain central to the science and journals because there is no obvious alternative till then. And I think we should continue in belief in peer reviewing, whether we have a few loopholes in the peer review. That is all I have to say. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jyotsna ma'am, for sharing your valuable insights and for sharing your knowledge and for sharing your experience as well. So I want to request, please stop sharing your screen so that I can move forward in this presentation. And really, you have mentioned very peculiar and specific loopholes in the reviewing sector. As a reviewer, I can understand like receiving multiple papers within a week or within a month is very difficult after being a professor or after working somewhere. But also there is an option like if a reviewer is getting more manuscripts for reviewing, the specific person can decline the invitation easily once the person is getting invitation by mail. So they can decline by mentioning the reason, like they don't have sufficient time or whether the manuscript is not from their subject category. So these things also can be done from the end of the reviewers. So now I would like
You have
to
given such a lucrative things now. That is why reviewer don't stop reviewing the articles.
now I would like to coming back to the presentation. So for that, I'm going to share my screen again. Yes. So rest journals are also there for the International Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Research. I was mentioning Dr. Abhinav Manish is considered as best reviewer. For IJCED also I had mentioned. Then I have IJCAP, Indian Journal of Clinical Anatomy and Physiology. For this journal, Dr. Muktapal Belyaro is also considered as best reviewer for the academic year 23. Then coming back to the next journal, CTPPC, Current Trend in Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Chemistry. For this journal, Dr. Christian Gevitt and Dr. Shivanand Kolagiri has been considered as best reviewer for the academic year 23. Apart from that, also those reviewers, I'm not mentioning the name here, but we'll be dispatching the hard copy of their certificates to their postal address. And also you might be receiving mails regarding the same for confirming your addresses. So please provide your complete address, including your postal address, like your name, your phone number, your district, your PIN code, etc., so that it is easy and convenient for us for sending your hard copy to your addresses. Then we have IJOS, Indian Journal of Orthopedic Surgery. Dr. Naresh Kumar Satyanarayan has been considered as best reviewer, and Dr. Ravi Kumar Chitoria also has done a very wonderful job as serving as a reviewer. Then in IJOS, we have one more, Dr. Venkatesh Way and Dr. Jayant Sharma, Dr. Parth Sarthi M. Pandian also has been done a very wonderful job in reviewing the articles during the academic year 23. Then we have International Journal of Pharmaceutical Chemistry and Analysis. For this journal, Dr. M. Prasad Rao and Dr. Dr. Srivasa Charan A also has been done a very wonderful job in the academic year 23. Then we have IJCEO. This is one of our index journal in Scopus, Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Ophthalmology. Dr. Hari Prasad Vokuda and Dr. Pandashri Kashka Rao. Then apart from these two, we have C.V. Andrews, Dr. Abraham, Dr. Amit Kumar, Dr. Syed Saifullah, and Dr. Prabha Kumar Sabhacharya. They also have been done a very wonderful job during this presentation. Now, I want to interrupt this PPT and this presentation, and I would like to push our first poll question of this particular session. So I want to request Dr. Nikita to please present our first poll question for this session.
Thanks, Shrishti. Yeah, can you please stop your screen?
Yeah, please, Adam.
So our first poll question is, what is the role of peer reviewer in the process to promote author's work, to rewrite a paper and their words, to identify flaws, errors, and areas of improvement in the paper, and to reject the paper? Oh, so 21 second pass. And the maximum answer we received is third. I'm sharing the results.
Yeah, it was one of the correct answer. Like, what is the role of a peer reviewer in the process? To promote author's work, to rewrite the paper in their own words? No, definitely not. To identify flaws, errors, and areas of improvement in the manuscript, and to reject the paper. Obviously, it is third, to identify what the errors, what the corrections, what additions or modifications can be done in the paper to modify the quality, to update the quality of the paper, to make it publishable. Now, coming back to our presentation, I would like to announce some of other journals which are still there in the queue, and I have other journals here. I think my screen is visible to all. Then I have International Journal of Medical Microbiology and Tropical Disease. This journal also has been indexed in Scopus recently, in past month. For this journal, Dr. D. Senthil Prakash and Dr. Ento PV, these two has been considered as best reviewer for the academic year 23. I want to congratulate all the reviewers, authors, and editors again who are associated with this journal for being indexed in Scopus. Then I have JCO, sorry, Journal of Contemporary Orthodontics. For this journal, Dr. Pritam Mohanty has been considered as best reviewer. Then we have IJIRM, Indian Journal of Immunology and Respiratory Medicine. Dr. Suryakant has been considered as best reviewer for this particular journal. Coming back to the next, Indian Journal of Conservative Endodontics. IJCE, Dr. Anita Rao is recognized as Best Reviewer for the year 23. Then we have IJODR, Indian Journal of Orthodontics and Dentofacial Research. Dr. Harneet Kaur is recognized as Best Reviewer for this journal. Then we have IJOR, Indian Journal of Orthopedic Rheumatology. Dr. Subramaniam Nallisavan again is Best Reviewer for this particular journal. Then we have IJOGR, Indian Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology Research. This is again one of our Scopus Index journal. Dr. Kavita Praveen Dukre and Dr. Nirmala Kumar Sinha has been considered as best reviewer. Apart from these two, Dr. Gomthi and Dr. Jalpa Bhatt, Dr. Girish BL Govda, Dr. Savita Rani Singhal and Dr. Sarika Gautam has been considered as best reviewer. Then we have IJMI, Indian Journal of Maxillofacial Imaging. Dr. Nishant Kumar and Dr. Deepak Grover has been considered as best reviewer. Then we have IJOHD, Dr. Lakshmi Sen Kumar, Dr. Siddharth SP Behera, Dr. Amina Sultan, AKM Shafullah, AKM Shaful, and Dr. Saran Babu has been considered as best reviewer. Now, I would like to interrupt the presentation again, and I request Dr. Nikita to coin our second poll question for this particular journal, please. I request Dr. Nikita, it is visible.
Shrishti, can you please read it for some all?
Which of the following is potential benefit of the peer review process? Reduced publication time, enhancing the credibility and reliability of published research, ensuring only positive feedback for authors, and increased biasness in research findings. So what is the potential benefit of the peer review process in this particular review process? We'll be waiting for a few more seconds to get maximum answers. I request Dr. Nikita ma'am, please show the answers to all the participants or all the attendees. Yes, the correct answer is enhancing the credibility and reliability of published research. So 95% of the votes goes for this particular answer. Yeah, it was one of the correct answer. Can you please stop? Yeah. So now I want to request Dr. Nikita for putting your valuable inputs and insights in this particular training and for sharing your experience, how it feels like our journals are now getting indexed in Scopus. Please share your valuable insights for this link.
Thank you, Shashti. And today's session is mind-blowing. Good evening, everyone, and wishing you all a very happy New Year along with the beautiful day of Lohri. This is the all the eminent personality who is here, and my great friend Dr. Jyotsna Madam and Dr. Dhruven Sir, who is enlightening us with the topic today. As we know that research is a backbone of society, and we are here. I always use this streamline for my speech during our maximum program, because I strongly believe that research is the backbone of society, and we all together have to work hard for giving all the social and other research medias to be get all community and all community to be updated with the all new researchers in the world. So I thank Dr. Jyotsna Madam, Dr. Dhruvendra Pandey for enlightening today us with the knowledge and in the dais of research publication. My sincere thanks to all editor, reviewers, authors, collaborators, editorial staff, publishing team, and their hard work. And many congratulations to all the editor-in-chief, editors team, editorial assistants for the indexed journal, which is the new year gift for all of us. So I'm excited to share with you the name, as Dr. Shrishti also mentioned in her presentation, for the Scopus indexing for Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Ophthalmology, Indian Journal of Obstetric Gynecology Research, PJMS Panacea Journal of Medical Science, Indian Journal of Clinical Anesthesia, Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Dermatology, APRD, and IJMMTD, tropical disease. So I congratulate each and every one of them, even including me also. I'm too happy for all of us. I am thrilled to announce one more thing, that significant development in Indian Journal of Clinical Anesthesia. The World Association of Medical Editors, that is WAM, has officially recognized the inducted of Dr. Lalit Gupta, editor-in-chief of IJCA, in the official member of WAM. So this recognition by WAM is a treatment to his outstanding contribution and extreme in the expertise in the field. Underscoring the journal commitment to scholarly excellence and upholding the highest standard of academic publishing. So IJCA is now in the WAM with, and Dr. Lalit Gupta sir is the official member of WAM now. So I congratulate him, and I appreciate all other editors to be get more updates about WAM and IJMCE, and become a member of this particular eminent society. It is very important, and they are, I mean, they are creating a great I mean this makes our journals and even yours portfolio very strong. So I request you all for this. So at Innovative Publication, our commitment is to fostering excellence in scholarly communication. I congratulate all the members who are getting excellence awards in editors, in reviewers, and in authors categories. So I guess in authors publishing week is next week, right? So stay tuned for that. And I again thank you all of you for joining this session, and stay tuned for the next session. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt, but still a few things left, and also a few journals also left in our line. So
Yeah.
I would like to request, please stay tuned with this session. I am going to share my screen again, and it is a short summary of reviewing an article, as Dhruvendra sir has very well explained. But I would like to request some of our reviewers who don't have their profiles complete within this MPRP, manuscript peer review process, where all of our editorial work is going on, either reviewing, either editing, everything. So this is a MPRP panel. From there, a particular reviewer, author, and editor can log in by using their ID and password. I am like here logging as a reviewer just for showing you some things. So I'm logging into the reviewers panel as a reviewer. I think there is some internet connectivity issue. Just please hold on for a few seconds. Yes. So now I'm able to log in into the reviewer panel. It is how a reviewer panel looks like. So once you are receiving an invitation for reviewing an article, most of the times we are receiving queries regarding like how to review an article, where to get the articles. We are not able to see the articles for review in our reviewer dashboard. So this is very first click like in the dashboard. Here I am seeing article for review. Once you are getting invitation for reviewing an article, you need to click on this particular article. It is asking for download the article file. When you are downloading the article file, it is the review time. Please choose it precisely and on the basis of your availability. If you are choosing it 0 to 5 days, only choose in that condition if you are able to review it in 5 days. In some cases, exceptional cases, it is okay, but we have a lot of cases like the reviewer have chosen 0 to 5 days and it's like 15 days still I have assigned the paper and still I am not getting any feedback from reviewers end. So what's happening, it is delaying in the publication process, it is halting the process. So it's a humble request, please choose the time frame as per your availability. Once you are choosing the time, then you are getting an option to download the article file. You will be downloading the article file. Then you will be checking it whether it is fulfilling the requirements, whether it is fulfilling the journal's guidelines or not. Then here you are getting an option to add comment. In a number of cases, what's happening, reviewers are choosing accept paper after minor revision. And the confidential comment they are writing except in present form. So here our motto is not getting sorted. We need like what minor revisions you want from authors and so it is very important. Please give your specific feedback in the paper so that it is helpful for us also working in editorial office and for authors also to rectify that particular issue. Apart from this reviewing, I would like to request our reviewer members that there is an option add or edit subject category. So what's happening, like if a person is not having their subject category, means as working from editorial office, I don't know what's your specific area of interest, in which particular topic you have expertise. So what we are expecting, it's a humble request to all of the reviewers who are being part of this session today, please update your subject category as per your expertise or as per your area of interest, because we don't know what is your area of subject. So for that, you need to just simply choose the main subject like medicine, nursing, whatever subject you belongs to. Then you need to choose sub-subject category. For example, I am an oncologist, so I'll be choosing oncology. Then if your sub-subject is coming into this list, then it is well and good. If it is not coming, then simply write it here. Like in oncology, somebody is carcinoma expert, somebody is like breast pathology, breast oncology. So these subject category can be written here and simply click on save subject. So it will give us a rough idea like what's your subject category. Then we have here reviewer credit points also. You are reviewing the article, you are getting the credit point for the same. So as these are some of the dummy articles which I have like for test purpose I have reviewed. So here you are getting these credit points. You need to check the guidelines also. If you are not well aware of the journal's guidelines, you can check the journal's guidelines from this particular section. Then coming back to the reviewer zone, you can check here the checklist is there, reviewer credit point is there. So everything is very well written, and Dhruvendra sir also have explained each and everything in a very precise and in a very informative manner. So it's a humble request from editorial office of IP Innovative to update the subject category into your reviewer panel. And if you are getting an article for reviewing, please ask these 2 or 3 questions from yourself. Like, does the article matching your field? If yes, then only accept the invitation. If it is not matching your field, please decline the invitation by mentioning the reason. Like, this is not your expertise, you don't have enough time. Then the second question, can you finish the review within the time frame? If you are choosing 10 to 15 days, so is it possible from your end to review the article in 10 to 15 days? If not, then you can ask for extension in that particular time. But please make sure the time frame. Then, do you have any conflicts in reviewing this particular paper? And one more line I would like to say, it is okay to say no rather than not replying to the invitation. So if you are getting an invitation, either simply say yes or either say no. But if we are getting the pending invitation, neither you have accepted nor you have rejected, what we are supposed to expect? So we are expecting that you will be reviewing the article. So if you don't have time, simply say no. Then coming back to the presentation, we have 1 or 2, 3 more journals in the queue. Then we have IJFCM, Indian Journal of Forensic and Community Medicine. For this particular journal, Dr. Suraj Sundagri is considered as best reviewer. Apart from Dr. Suraj, Dr. Vijayanath, Dr. Kedar Gautam Mehta also has been considered as best reviewer. Then we have PJMS, Panacea Journal of Medical Sciences. Dr. Kafil Akhtar has been considered as best reviewer for the academic year 23, and Dr. Khalid Mohammed is recognized as best reviewer. This is also one of our DOAJ index journal. Then we have other Journal of Community Health Management. For this, Dr. Dhruvendra Pandey, I want to congratulate one of our speaker, Dr. Dhruvendra sir, for being the best reviewer for the academic year 23. And Dr. Avinash Borkar and Dr. Mohammad Ashraful Alam is the best reviewer for this journal. Now, thank you. I will be looking for your suggestions and feedback. We value your feedback and we welcome your suggestions and feedback for improving the quality of the journals. Please share your thoughts on how we can enhance the journal to in better terms to meet your needs. And we appreciate your time. Thank you for your time and considerations again. Last but not least, I want to thank you all the attendees for being a part of this session. I want to thank you all thanks to all the panelists, and I want to share a plaque of appreciation for our speakers. So thank you so much, Dr. Dhruvendra Pandey, for sparing your valuable time and sharing your inputs as a keynote speaker on today's session on meticulous facts about reviewership. Thank you so much. And I want to thank Dr. Jyotsna ma'am. Dr. Jyotsna, please accept this as a plaque of appreciation as a keynote speaker on today's session on meticulous facts about reviewership. And thank you for putting your valuable insights in this particular session. And thank you to all. So if you have any queries or any questions, you can write in the comment box or in the chat section. We'll be answering the questions shortly. Or after this meeting, you will be getting a mail regarding the feedback and regarding the certifications. Over there also, you can write regarding any of the queries if you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shrishti. It was well coordinated program.
Thank you. Thank you so
I
much.
hope there is no questions in the question answer session.
All clear, I suppose.
Yeah. Shrishti, have you checked the chat box also for question answers?
Just a minute, I'm checking.
I
Yes,
suppose there is one question.
One question is there, like somebody is asking, how can we add the reviews in ORCID ID? So I would like to request
Dr. Dhruvendra sir,
Yeah. I just answer that for the ORCID, that journal or editor, they have submit that this person is reviewed the articles and they have submit to the ORCID that this article is reviewed by this reviewer. That a particular reviewer cannot add directly to the ORCID because it's not there in the private mailbox or private in their login. So basically, journal have to add that things. So firstly, you have to check that that journal which you are a reviewer, is this a ORCID index or not? If that is ORCID index, then the journal is automatically, I think all of that journal is submitted those reviewer process to the ORCID. and it will show in your login ID.
Now these days the journals are linked with the Orchid or Publons, so this is
Yes,
being added to their credit.
Surely.
yes.
And for this, actually, we have a number of presentation in our YouTube channels also, how to add your articles on the Orchid and this Publon, etc. So you just go through that. You may find in the resource number of things. And for even for ease, we can share you the YouTube link in the response email to you all. Thank you.
And for the webinar resources, once the session will be done, you'll be getting a mail into your inbox. There you'll be getting an directly link to the website. From there, you can download the resources. You can access to the video, the recording of the session, and also you'll be getting the PPTs at the end of the session. Or also you can download it from the website. So thank you for being a part of the session. Thank you so much to everyone.
Have a great time ahead.